defense has to travel, and we've had some slippage in containing the basketball one-on-one. Some of our pick and roll defenses also slid, and we can't afford it.
Just kind of walk us through the ups and downs of what you're dealing with the shoulder. Like you get back, and then I imagine you're doing what you do, therefore get hit in the shoulder, and then you're right back at it.
Yeah, I think I just gotta kind of take my time and kind of let this heal, because I don't want it to kind of to be like this like the whole season where I'm feeling good and I think I'm fine and it happens again and I'm going back to square one. So I just got to take my time. When I'm feeling ready, when I'm ready to play contact. What happened was I didn't play contact before when I got back, and then when I first got contact, that was like the game. So it was a little bit, it's tough, but I'm getting through it.
Very good. Did hit with Jimmy impact it when he went down? Was that part of it? Like, in other words, did you re-aggravate it after you first heard it on a specific play?
Yeah, it was the beginning of the third quarter with the Kings when I was guarding Russ, and I kind of reached my arm out, and he kind of bumped it a little bit, and it kind of aggravated it. Then I said, "Oh, I thought you hit me." I was like, "Yo." Nah, but yeah, I aggravated it then, and then afterwards it just didn't feel too good.
Yeah, well, you guys have been able to pull out a couple of victories on this trip. The defense overall has not been to your typical standard. What has to be a little bit better here down the stretch and throughout the rest of the season, quite honestly?
Man, we just got to hold ourselves accountable on that end. They're NBA players at the end of the day. You can't just give guys their shots or we'll live with him making shots, because that's how guys get rhythm. That's how I can burn you in the end. So for us, it's just taking that matchup personal from the start.
Speaking of rhythm, you are in quite the little groove here offensively. What do you like most about where you are? What's feeding it as well?
I would say I wasn't taking different shots than I was when I was in my slump. It's just being consistent and now the shots are falling. So that's the biggest difference.
And when it comes to your threes, is it a matter of if you're open and in a good spot, take them? Is it a matter of time on the shot clock with your guys' quick offense? Like, what's the thought process? Or is there a thought process?
There is no thought process. If you're open, shoot it.
First of all, just kind of walk us through what you have to deal with when you're having this back tightness and how it may or may impact from each day, particularly when these games are piling up so much.
Yeah, just dealing with low back tightness, stiffness, and then it moves into the mid back. So just trying to do different things to loosen it up. I don't really like taking medication, so it's more manual work. Trying to get the back joints to mold and move together, and then a lot of needling, a lot of soft tissue work, and then getting in the weight room and just doing some core stability strengthening to take the pressure off of the low back.
And the back is so tough to deal with anyway.
Yeah.
I assume it frustrates the hell out of you because you want to play so many games.
Yeah, and I'm really stubborn. Like I said before, I don't like missing games, so I try to push through and play as much as possible. But I was definitely frustrated, especially in Portland, feeling like I was just out there. I wanted to help and do what I can, but it's frustrating when you feel like you're not able to play the way you want to play and contribute the way you want to contribute. So that was really frustrating. So really being aggressive within the days between the games of trying to get this low back to loosen up and the spasm to calm down.
Spo talked about the slippage defensively. A couple games you were able to pull out some wins regardless, but particularly like a night in Portland, the defense, it has to be in place for you to pull out that type of win. What type of slippage have you noticed? What has to be fixed?
I think we're just collectively, being tied in, not leaving somebody on an island, being in our strengths, being in our help, being active and activated, anticipating what the offensive player is going to do, but also dictating it, not just letting them be comfortable. And then one-on-one, taking the mental challenge and the physical challenge of sitting down and getting stops and kills, and knowing that you're going to have the support with the other guys on the floor. They're going to be in their spots helping and shrinking. So it's not just a guy on the island guarding one-on-one. I think that's the thing that we've had struggles with early in this, well, not even early, in the month of January. And it's going to be all of us collectively starting tonight, moving forward to take that challenge that Coach has placed on us.
So, first of all, let's talk about the two guys that, as we come in, were questionable, Mitchell and Powell. Possibility of them tonight?
Norm went through shoot around. We'll just have to see how he responds this afternoon to a little bit of rest and treatment and his ramp up tonight. Mitch is making progress. He did not go through the shoot around. We'll see how he continues to progress.
Very good. You mentioned a little bit about it in the post game in Portland, just where the defense is and where it needs to be if you guys are going to have some consistent success.
Yeah, particularly on the road. The defense has to travel, and we've had some slippage in containing the basketball one-on-one. Some of our pick and roll defenses also slid, and we can't afford it. The other night, they got into a rhythm, and you can say uncharacteristically they hit 23s, but if you're feeling comfortable in a game offensively, then anything can happen. And I thought offensively, even though we didn't make a lot of threes, the process was good enough for us to be able to win on the road if we had our one of our better defensive games, which we did not.
This is a league, not only do you have to be physically strong, but mentally strong. You could almost see in Nico's play the other day, he just sort of went down a rabbit hole. How do you guys, as a coaching staff, as a team, try to get a guy's head back in a better space, if that's possible?
Yeah, he'll be fine. Every player goes through some pockets of a season where it's not going exactly how you want to. I think these are big opportunities for growth. When you face it, you embrace it, and then eventually you overcome it, gain a lot of confidence, from that. He'll be just fine.
Vlad is still, I see, in the G League. They have Nurkic back tonight, a big body. You don't have Kalel. Where does Vlad stand as far as his NBA potential in the moment, or is it more of a future thought?
It's a little bit of both. We love the progress that he's making. Want to continue to develop him there. He'll spend time here, but right now we're just focused on the guys that are available tonight.